Happy birthday. I suppose somewhere around the world, perhaps in our church, today is your birthday, so happy birthday. It's interesting how we celebrate people's birthdays, that milestone, especially when you're a child, because it's a time of getting presents, a time of receiving, and the whole day is centered around you. A bit like Christmas. Christmas is the time we celebrate the birth of Jesus. And it's a major celebration. You think at the moment, in the time of COVID-19, when we are banned from visiting our family and friends and going out, Christmas is the main topic of conversation. Will there be a Christmas? Will we be able to visit our family? And all these questions are being said at this moment in time. And yet, December the 25th may or may not be the actual date that Jesus was born. We don't know. But in church history, we chose to adopt this day and made it this day of celebration. And it's the biggest celebration for evangelism. The church converts more Christians at this time of year almost than the rest of the year put together. It's the major time of evangelism. Yet it's a bit strange, because nowhere in the Bible are we asked to celebrate the birth of Christ. We're asked to take communion, the bread and the wine. We're asked to be baptized. It talks about giving our faith to God, but nowhere does it say you must celebrate the birth of Jesus. And it's interesting how we're caught up in that. It is a great time. It's a family time. It's almost the only festival we have as Christians in this country where we do something. Easter is the real celebration, but of course it's that mixed emotions of Good Friday, where we are reflective to the celebrations of He rose again. But Christmas seems to have somehow lost the event it was intended to be. And what I mean by that is that we use it for evangelism. We use it for a time to meet with our family, our uncles, aunts, our parents, our kids, grandchildren. It's become this central thing, and I have no problem with it being that festival of remembrance of the birth, and of course family time, because it is often rare that we get together. But the bit I always want to say in my short talk this morning is, we see it as the only time we can evangelize, because we can tell the world about the birth of the Christ. And so we try and bring our friends to a carol service or Christmas Day to hear the Christmas message. And being one of those guys often has to lead or speak at a Christmas carol service, it can be quite difficult to come out some way fresh of telling the story that majority of people in this country know, especially my age. And it struck me, we put all our balls in one court to convert people and tell them about Christ. And no real reason why there's a Christmas which leads to an Easter. And I thought, well, the problem is it's one shot has got to do it all. And it's not like that. For the 364 days besides Christmas Day, we have to be those witnesses, because not just the physical birth of Jesus Christ, but the spiritual birth in our lives. And they're the difficult days. Because on this 365th day, somebody else does all the words, the talking at the church and on the television, etc., etc., etc. Those other days, it's down to me. So my thought today is, don't concentrate on the one day. Concentrate on the 364. I was listening to the testimony of Bobby Ball, the comedian who recently died. And he talked about how he came to Christ. It was at church service. He talked about his wife coming to Christ, his daughter. But his partner, Cannon, didn't come to Christ for another 7 years. And Bobby Ball said in his testimony, I never spoke to him about God. And I thought, well, how did he come to Christ? Because knowing you. And I thought his actions spoke volumes. He talked in his testimony about the changed person he was when he gave his life to Christ. His old nature had died. He was a different person, transformed. And it just struck me, what contrast do people see in you and me of the before and after event of the birth of Christ in our lives? Yet we're busy buying Christmas presents. Nearly done. We've sorted out the menus. We know who's coming and where we're going over the Christmas week. We're planning the decorations, the tree is going up. We bought a special nativity set this year to put in our front window. We bought some other things. There's even rumour we're going to have some lights outside, which is not like us. But Christmas is a joyful time. It is a time of family and remembering. So I'm not going to knock the carol services. But just, it's not all a one-trick pony of just one day, that's the gospel. There's another 364. In a leap year, 365. But that challenge, how do people see us on a daily basis? Are we a gospel message in our own right? Think about it. A few days left to Christmas. Get your act together. Shine for Jesus. Have a good day. God bless.